Hey everyone, so this is where we left off last time, and this is the third and final video in the tub surround series. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to scrape off some of the residual or glue that was left off from the last one. I'm only doing it in the sections that will actually have the tub surround. And then I'm measuring where center is using a laser level to mark off the edges, and then I'm measuring in 3 different spaces just to confirm the height and transferring it over to the sheet. The height's not always going to be the same, so you have to double check. Here I'm using a little small Milwaukee cutoff wheel just to cut this off. When applying adhesive, I'm using P&L 700 here, and make sure you apply it in an S pattern because you don't want to create any air gaps, and doing it in an S pattern allows air to escape. Okay, we're going to use a roller after we apply it to the back wall just to squeeze it out and flatten it as much as possible, just to make sure we would get as much surface area adhesion as possible, and I'm doing that to the corner pieces as well. This is the toughest wall, so here we have to cut 3 holes, one for the spout, one for the handle, and then one for the shower head pipe. So I'm double checking 3 times because I did not want to mess this up, and I'm going to use a circular cutoff tool here for the large cut, and I used a hole saw kit for the 2 small holes. I think I used 1.5 inches. As you can see here, I'm using an S pattern just so I don't have any air trapped. Same thing, making sure everything fits, and I'm using that laser level just to line everything up and roll everything out. After you attach the pieces, you can remove the protective film as you saw me doing there, and you're going to see me doing here again. It's a little challenging to get off, especially in some of these pieces, but I understand it because it protects the surface while you're applying it. Okay. Afterwards, we're going to start applying some of this hardware. So let's get the faceplate on. We'll get the handle and then the spout, get that all tightened up. And then as I apply the shower head, I'm using some Teflon tape, and then I'm using some pipe dope just to seal it off even more. Next thing I wanted to do here is I wanted to include some PVC trim just to kind of tie everything in together. So I cut off a piece of the baseboard, put some adhesive on the back, and then add some brad nails to secure it into place. After getting all the big pieces in place, we can start with caulking and applying silicone. At the top there I used caulking, and everywhere else I used silicone. So we're just applying it everywhere, spraying on a little soapy water to make sure that it spreads a little better, and I'm using a little caulking tool to make my life a little bit easier. So really important to make sure all the joints are set and everything is protected and waterproofed. At the end of the day, this turned out really well, and the client was extremely happy with the end result. And if you look at the before and after from the first video in the series, it's pretty dramatic. So that's it. Cheers all.